Creative human capital. This pillar aims at reforming the education system for the purpose of better preparing youth to become competitive and productive members of the workplace. Human capital is a concept used by economists to designate personal attributes considered useful in the production process. It encompasses employee knowledge, skills, good health, and education. Human capitals allow an economy to grow. When human capital increases in areas such as science, education, and management, it leads to increases in innovation, social well-being, equality, increased productivity, improved rate of participation, all of which contribute to economic growth. Hello and welcome, dear viewers, to our program, New Kuwait, which we will talk about our National Development Plan and its 7 pillars. In today's episode, we will talk about a very important subject, which is self-development, with our guest, Maestro Trainer, Dr. محمد عفيف. Hello and welcome, Dr. محمد.
Welcome back, Ibrahim.
It's always a pleasure to have you in the show, New Kuwait.
Same.
In this episode, we would like to talk about self-development. First, what is self-development? Is it a journey? Is it a small-term plan?
It is a journey, but sure, it is divided into, let's say, phases or stages. As you know, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, when he said one day, you have to continue developing yourself until you die.
Till you die.
Till death. So it's a journey. It's a journey. So you can never, even in another hadith, if you remember, when he said, if the day of judgment is happening and you have a plant, if you are able, plant it.
Yes.
So this means that development never stops.
So it's a journey without a destination. So
no destination.
You will never arrive.
Because you will never arrive. Nobody will reach perfection. For sure, nobody.
So when you say self-development, when you go to the bookstore, we say self-development books. Let's talk about reading, because I think this is a personal opinion about self-development. I think it's the most important thing is to start reading, because when you read, you have idea about how to develop yourself. What do you think?
Exactly. If you want to do something, if you want to say something, if you want to deliver something, if you have an interview, if you have a meeting, if you have a project, if you have to run your own business, if you want to study, if you want to go to the university, if you want to go to school, whatever you do needs kind of providing your mind with information. I mean, you cannot survive without information. Nobody on earth can survive without information. Okay, what is the source of information? The best source ever in information and gaining information,
yes,
and knowledge is a book. When you say a book, it says that we need to understand that the importance of the book is one of the major and crucial things in our life. That's why Al-Mutanabbi one day he said, our great prophet, he said, the best place in the world is the back of the horse, and the best company, friend, is a book. So the book is the source, is the real source that we can gain knowledge and information from.
Yes. This subject is very interesting to me because I love reading, I love to listen to things, because nowadays we have the e-books, which is you can find them PDF, you can find them audiobooks. Do you think they will, we go to this part?
They're useful.
They're useful.
They're useful.
But we'll never forget.
Not just like the paper book. It's not the traditional book.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that I'm traditional. I am a person who talks about reading for really years and years. And I mention this in my training courses, I mention it in my seminars, and I mention this in wherever I go. Because reading, as to the best of my knowledge, as I know,
yes,
the reading is the source of how you gain knowledge is through books. Okay, how you show that you are educated enough is through books, reading books.
Yes.
So let's come to your question. E-books, audiobooks, audiovisual books, paper books, traditional.
Yes.
Still, you are gaining knowledge.
So the idea is to gain knowledge.
To gain knowledge.
Yes.
Now I'm biased to traditional books. Not because I'm an old-fashioned person.
Why?
I am biased to the traditional paper books because I think there is a relationship between you and the book when you hold the book with the papers, with everything. See, just imagine with me. You are
I
owning,
agree, actually.
Yeah, you own the knowledge.
And you can have it in your hand.
See, you're reading.
Yes.
Let's say that you are reading a novel. See, you're the scenarist, you're the director, you're the hero, you're the characters.
Is it in the imagination? Actually?
Yes. So, but when you see it, I mean, let's see pictured or movied or recorded. Now, this imagination will go less and less and less.
Yeah, because they show you.
They show you everything. They just put things. But while you're reading, just reading, you are opening your imagination to new areas of experience.
Yes.
I have been one day in China, and my translator, she was the first time to be with me. This translator, she came with me later on many times. That was the first time. And she's driving me from the airport to the hotel. She has to pick me from the airport to the hotel. Then when we are on the way, it's a long way, actually, it's about 45, 50 minutes. So we talk. Then she asked me, when was the first time you came to China? I told her 100 years, without hesitance. She looks at me like this. I am with a crazy person.
Yeah.
So how comes that you came here like 100 years back? Then she said, how? So it's a question. She wants to know how. Then I told her I read books, Chinese books, translated.
Yes.
Talking about China 100 years back, especially the books of Pearl Pak. Chinese people, they know Pearl Pak very well. She's a Chinese American writer.
Okay. So you went to China with your imagination.
I have visited China 100 years back through the books.
Yes.
Because the books at that time, they are describing how people live at that time.
Yes, interesting, because when I read novels, I have it, the scenario in my head, and I will never forget the scenario.
Exactly.
So that's why I feel it's amazing to read.
Because your imagination works.
Yes, because of my imagination. You said you always go and preach about reading. You tell them how to, you must read, you must read.
What to read, how to read, when to read.
I think how to read is the most important, because a lot of people, myself included, we buy the books. They are at my home. I have at least now maybe 7 books waiting for me to read them. I am reading, but not always, because timing is very important. Because someone told me, he said, you have to have a fixed time every day to read. And their suggestion was before sleep. What do you think about
a session, which is important? I mean, a daily session, let's say.
Let's say that I cannot read before bed, because I go to bed when I am really tired.
It's fine. It's not a must. I mean, you have to read before you sleep. I mean, this is...
How to find a better time to read? How?
You decide. If you ask the people, you can ask anybody in this world.
It's really difficult.
Just ask him, what is the best time slot according to you? Some people, they will tell you morning time. Some others, they will tell you
I remember when I was reading at the morning time.
Yeah. Some others, they will tell you night time. I mean, your preferred time supposed to be your preferred time for reading.
So every time a person reads some subject, you go online. This is the very good thing about e-books. You go online and you find the books. Maybe in Google, maybe. You just, if you have a problem, if you want to know about marriage, if you know about business, if you want to know about culture, philosophy, all the subjects. So one click, they have suggestions online. What do you think about the suggestions? So if I want to read about, let's say, Chinese culture, because you went 100 years.
Yeah.
So where do you think we should go?
See, Google is not enough.
So should I have a mentor or a guide? Or
with a guide is better.
Yeah.
Here is the reason. I mean, if you do a search in Google, you should be expert in searching.
Because they will push their merchandise on it.
Exactly.
So, to be all,
so you will find hundreds, thousands, millions of sites, they are offering you this knowledge.
can be dangerous.
Of course. Now, how can you know that this is the right one? A good question.
Yes.
So reading from Google is not enough. See, I agree with you that Google has provided us with...
No one is going to the library nowadays.
No, you'll have people. Now, I'll just tell you, last week...
I think seminars are more effective.
Because people, they like to listen, they like to watch more than read. That is the point. But if you visit the international Kuwait book fair that has ended like a week back, now we are in December, that was on 2nd of December, that was the last day. And if you visit that place, you'll find a lot of visitors. They go and they buy, you have plastic bags, they have books, and still you can find people that are interested.
Yes.
Now, the question here, the big question, when you told me about reading before we start, before even we start recording today, you asked me about this topic. I told you this is a big and huge topic. We need series to talk about it. Reading is a big and huge topic. Now, if you want to ask me about why people, they don't like reading, that is another long story. But let me tell you the following.
Yes.
There was a newspaper that is usually issued in Jordan. It's called Al Dustur. Almost maybe 10 years, more than 10 years back, they had just reported an article saying the average reading worldwide. So they discovered in the research that, you know, for example, people in the US, they read the average. They read 6 books a year. In England, 7 books a year. In Japan, 6.
Every person reads 6?
Yeah, average.
Okay.
Average. And when they come to the Arab world people, the result was really shocking. Shocking. And I'll talk with you about it. Please, just give me some time for this.
Yeah, you can talk about it. I'm scared.
Quarter,
what are you going
quarter
to say?
page.
Quarter page.
Average, quarter page, each person.
Each person.
Now, let's just figure it out like this way. Or let's just see it in another way. Let's see it that this research was not fair enough.
Actually, we are Ummat Iqra, which is read.
Yeah,
nation.
we are the nation of read.
Yes. And you said to me now it's
A quarter page, not book.
This is really
Quarter
low.
page. Yeah, that is the research. Let's say that the research was biased and it wasn't correct enough. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
We understand the...
No, but you and I, we know the truth. We know the truth. People that don't like to read for many reasons. Let me just say some of these reasons. See, reading is not a habit.
It's not a habit.
It's not a habit. I mean, if you go to Japan, let's say, you'll find a boy who is 13 years old, taking the metro, the train, and he's having a book, reading a book.
Why?
Well, this is a habit. How we gain habits?
But you just said it's not a habit.
Here in the Arab world, it's not a habit.
Oh, okay.
You cannot. Can you see a 13-year-old boy in the train or just reading a book? You not have this image. We don't have this.
They have
surfing the net.
Yes.
So it's not a habit. Okay, how can we gain habits? We're talking about self-development now.
We should insert this in our newer generation, which is the youngsters.
That's it. That's it.
We should teach them how to read because it's...
See, there was a picture that is very popular on the internet. One is for Burak, the chef, and the other is for Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook. Burak, the Turkish chef, famous Turkish chef, he was, you know, he's slim and he's not fat, and while he's providing people with delicious food. And Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, he's having like reading a book and giving us the Facebook to read or
Oh, so they are.
So this means that we need to understand how things work. Now let's see it like this way.
Very good example to go this way.
Let's see it like this way. The habit of reading requires a habit of showing. I mean, my kids, when they see me, I'm reading, they will read.
So to lead with example.
Yes, with examples. You have to show your kids.
This is the best advice, actually.
The best advice example ever you can do
and
is to read.
Inshallah, this nation will come back to reading. Thank you so much, Dr. محمد. Developed infrastructure. This pillar aims at developing and modernizing the national infrastructure for the purpose of improving the quality of life for all. Development infrastructure means network infrastructure for water supply, wastewater, stormwater, and land transport to the extent that it is controlled by local authorities. Infrastructure can often be produced on a smaller scale by private firms or through local authorities. Also, infrastructure can be classified as soft or hard, and both are essential to the economy and quality of life of a society. This pillar aims to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all, also to build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. Hello and welcome, dear viewers, to our program, New Kuwait, in which we will talk about many subjects and topics related to our National Development Plan and its 7 pillars to achieve a new Kuwait by 2035. Today's episode with a special guest, technology expert, Mr. محمد Badr. Hello and welcome, Mr. Muhammad.
Hello, how are you?
I am good, and I am pleased to have you here on the show New Kuwait to talk about our National Development Plan.
Pleasure is mine.
Yes, this is, as you know, National Development Plan. It's a big plan.
Yes.
Many pillars talk about the environment, the infrastructure, economy, and healthcare, and many others.
Definitely.
So, what do you think about this plan?
The Kuwait National Development, the new Kuwait, being initiated 2015 by the late Emir Sheikh Sabah Al-Ahmed, and to shift Kuwait from to be able to cope with the technology and whatever is happening in the global market, and to take Kuwait in the different pillars to effect instead to Kuwait following the trend, to be trend for the economy, trend to be for the healthcare, trend to the human empowering, to help Kuwait to take it from a different perspective.
Yes.
And once they have signed and initiated the plan, and they have set it up to 2035, and they start to put the strategic objective to reach for that level. Some of the project being achieved, some of the project being have reached 50-60%, and they are in process, and we can find out and feel the accomplished project in Kuwait. One of the major part or the major pillar to find a diverse economy for Kuwait. Kuwait, it's been since long time the hub of business, and they have been communicating and trading with different countries within the region, the Gulf region, and internationally as well.
Yes.
And if you look to the Kuwait geographic area place, you will find that it's very in the strong position between the east and the west,
yes,
and different strong countries. So it can be Kuwait the mediator and facilitator for the most of the economic around it by creating a business hub in Kuwait to communicate with the north countries and the south countries to have an exchange with the economy itself.
Yes.
That's one of the pillars, and the new Kuwait, it was focused and still focusing to find alternative energy
Yes.
that you can depend on it, so we can go green in a state that depending on the normal electricity and power, we can depend about the solar from the sun, and in overall to find an alternative power that we are not been using it before.
Yes.
So we're gonna go first for the main electricity and power. Second, we're gonna go for the infrastructure of the country.
Yes.
That we have to build an infrastructure and to be cope with the international standard, to convince or make the investors, the international investors,
Yes.
to come to do kind of investment here in Kuwait. And the first thing that they do to open up the door for them, so they look for the infrastructure, the health sector, the facility that they can have.
Yes.
Once they start the business in Kuwait.
What do you think about the infrastructure? I think they are doing a remarkable job in terms of the airport or the port, the seaport,
Yes.
and other hospitals. What do you think about?
Mainly, if we're gonna focus in New Kuwait, we have it's a kind of pillar. I need to have a Kuwait to be unique in the globally. So if I'm gonna go exchange goods with someone, I have to make a port which is up to the standard and the ecosystem port, meet the sustainability that we can utilize, whatever that you can utilize it to meet the international standard. So that's one part. The second part, once the good enter to the country, so we need to find a good infrastructure to be able this road to handle these goods, to take it to a different country, to cross the border. Plus, I need to utilize a green power, a green electricity. So overall, there is a remarkable effort being done by the government here to reach to that approach. And by the way they're doing it and the finishing the steps by steps, I believe that they will be able to finish before the 2035.
Yes.
And to meet the target globally. So it will affect, of course, the services on all the citizens in Kuwait, and they were gonna feel it by service enhancement, a lot of service being increased, the smooth of the service that they can utilize it. As you can see that during the pandemic of the corona, they have released applications and a platform to facilitate all the requirement for the
we
all
felt
citizens.
the change when corona came, and we tackled this problem very efficiently,
because it's forced the international community to go online. So if we need to go online, Kuwait it was one of the countries that to do facilitation for the government services to be, you can finish it online, you can whatever you need to do, instead to go all the way to a government building, you can do it through your application platform. And it's been very solid platforms, because most of the platforms that you can utilize it could be vanished or being attacked by cybersecurity.
Yes.
So it's protected. So it's facilitate it make it easier for all the citizens that they can use the services while they are sitting at home.
This change, I think, is the most notable because it's very convenient for the citizens here in Kuwait, especially Sahel application, because you can do a lot while you're sitting at home, because you can finish all the work that you want to do. And this is your specialty, because digitalization and technology, this is something for us, is not against us. Let's go back now to the plan. It's 2015, now we are January 2024. And if you go, dear viewers, to New Kuwait website, you can see the projects that are, as you said, 65% finished.
It shows the percentage of the completion of the project. For example, there is one of the project being accomplished before time, which is Al Zour station.
Yes.
Another project which is Kuwait Airport, it's almost finished. The port, it's almost finished. Now there is a lot of the hospital of Al Jahra Hospital.
Jahra Hospital.
Yes, it's
very
been accomplished.
Impressive.
So as you can see now, you can find and touch some project accomplished in different sectors: healthcare, transportation, infrastructure, education.
Yes.
And all of that, you will find it. We are in the level now. We are in the working period to accomplish the new Kuwait within the next 5 years, and
Yes.
you will find most of the
Extra time.
Yes, most of the citizens here, they will find or feel that the difference between New Kuwait and before New Kuwait and
Yes.
after New Kuwait in the services, and will be able to compete even though with the international countries, because most of the we are going through something called Industry 4.0. As you know that a lot of industry revolutions happen.
Yes.
We are now in the middle of Industry 4.0, which is it depends about the human capability, the digital capability,
Yes.
and the robotics capability as well. So if you're gonna mix it together, it will let you know how fast it is the technology going to be able to help the human being to make their life easier.
Yes.
And by make their life easier, so I need to get my services from the country easier. I need to finish my all day-to-day correspondence easier. I can work from anywhere. I can work from, as long as I will finish my work in the right place, it will gonna be chose as a result.
Yes.
And that's what you can see it in the website as well.
Yes. I remember when the National Development Plan started in 2015, they said this is too ambitious, too good to be true,
Yes.
because they are setting all the state devices and governmental sectors to work to
Together.
make this plan come true.
Yes.
So now, as you know, we are accomplishing the hospital, Jahra Hospital, and other things. Do you think we are also hitting the objectives of these things? Because we want the port, we want the airport, we want to make infrastructure. Do you think we are gonna reach the ultimate destination?
See, in the strategic plan for any country, it should goes in parallel. You cannot focus on education and then go to
Yes.
different parts. So you have to work together in parallel. That's why, in the end of the day, who will gonna accomplish this one? A human being. So
Human
I
beings.
have to make the human being ready and very well known and educated to accomplish this way. It's like you're setting a target that I need to reach to point number A, right? So I need the group who's walking with me all the way to understand that where is my destination. So if they know the destination, if I maintain them very well, I give them the tools, I give them the skills to walk with me all the way. It's a kind of journey. It's not the target. It's
Yes.
Whatever is Kuwait going through right now, it's a journey of new Kuwait. So
Yes.
it is continuously upgrading, continuously developing new services, and that's why they will not reach for there and stop. No, it is because there is a new technology going on, released, and new services
Yes.
released. So I have to be up to date with the technology. I have to be up to date with the workflow of the government. And for example, one of the pillars that we mentioned, to interconnect between all the government, so we have a kind of dashboard about the government performance.
Yes.
Why that could be a good reason to see the government performance? It will be let you know, are you going directly to your purpose, or what's the problem? What's the obstacle that you are facing?
Surely, yes.
So you can find the obstacle, you can prevent it to happen in the future, you can fix it immediately. You can, because in the end of the day, a human, they are visual. So whatever you see, you can control. If you cannot see it, you cannot manage it, you can control it. So better to have a big picture big view about where our goal going, where we have standing now, where we have reached, what we need to reach there.
That's the most important thing. As you know, 2015 was almost 10 years ago, and we already see a new Kuwait and a better Kuwait.
Yes.
Mr. Muhammad, thank you so much for being with us. That was technology expert, Mr. Muhammad Badr, and with that, we conclude our episode. Thank you for watching.